While retail investors are running out of the crypto market because all they see is red, we have the SEC and the legacy dealer brokers on Wall Street teaming up, changing the rules of stablecoins that make it more beneficial to these dealer brokers to hold stablecoins than they have before. Additionally, we have stories coming out of Algorand, Zebec, and Ondo. And by the end of the video, I want you to see that it does not pay to be tribal because we have Algorand, Zebec, and Ondo all working together to bring digital assets and tokenization to the real world. You'll see what I'm talking about as we go through these videos, and you'll see that if you're here now and you haven't been rushed off yet, you're in the right headspace. You understand what you're invested in. You hold something special, and I think you know it. So let me know down in the comment, out of these three, what is your favorite? Don't say all three. Is it Zebec? Is it Ondo, or is it Algorand? Let's go ahead and get into it. Let's start with the first story that comes from Algorand Foundation on February 19th, 2026. It has to do with the Visa story, so let's go ahead and hop into it. So we have congratulations to Quantoz on becoming a direct Visa principal member. Leveraging Algorand to issue regulated digital money, they are now a Visa principal member, unlocking virtual cards, BIN sponsorship, and real-world spending of e-money and stablecoins across Visa's network. So what's special about this is we have Algorand teaming up with Quantoz. Quantoz is a EU company that is trying to bring a digital euro to the real world. They are regulated, and they're doing that via Algorand and Visa. This is a huge move, more exposure for Algorand. And if you watch my last video right here, we're talking about Algorand 402. I've been talking about Algorand coming back to life, if you will, because a lot of people in the space says Algorand's dead. I beg to differ. I think they've pivoted, and I think they have now become Algorand 2.0, and they're just getting started. And let me show you what I'm talking about. This has to do with X402 payments. If you don't know what that is, again, go back and watch that Algorand video. It will be the pinned comments and description below, easy for you to find. But go ahead and check out this post coming from the Algorand Foundation on February 23rd, 2026. Read along with me here. It has, Algorand is now listed as on the official Coinbase X402 ecosystem page with Go Plausible as a facilitator. X402 on Algorand will be huge and a game changer for the network. And as we go down here and we look at it, yes, we do have Go Plausible. You'll see that Algorand and supporting base Lana networks, etc., are now listed on Coinbase X402. This is massive, guys. So Algorand with X402 is massive because if you know X402, you know this is going to be AI payments, agentic payments, which everything we're going towards is going to be an AI payment system. And Algorand is getting ahead of that curve by joining the X402 payment system. Not only that, just so if you haven't heard of this old story, I want to show you something that comes out of July 21st, 2025 from the Zebec network. Something maybe you've missed or maybe somebody hasn't paid attention to. As I said, a lot of people have been saying Algorand is dead. So this may have flown under the radar for some, so check it out. We have Zebec is bringing its payment technology to the Algorand ecosystem with the integration of Algorand across our card and payroll tools. Algorand security and ISO 20022 readiness set the standard for real-world crypto payments. With Zebec cards, Algorand holders can now spend their coins anywhere Mastercard is accepted. So let's bring it together. We have Algorand working with Quantoz and Visa to bring payments together. We also have Algorand, Zebec, and Mastercard bringing payments together. Are you seeing how they work together and it does not pay to be tribal? I want to show you the next one that has to do with Zebec and Ondo. And if you're a Zebec fan, I think you're somebody that stumbled on a massive player in the payment space when we look into Web3 payments and crypto payments, etc. I know there's a lot of people that still doubt Zebec, and if you are one of those people that happen to be watching the video because of Algorand and Ondo, I hope that you're seeing how massive this is for Zebec. Zebec is a massive player is what I'm trying to say, I guess. Hey, before we go forward, if you could, please hit that like button if you like anything so far in this video. That is huge. As you know, the crypto space on YouTube is extremely down right now, so any extra support is massive. And again, if you can just even shoot your favorite project, whether it be Algorand, Zebec, or Ondo, just leaving a comment is massive. And if you do like this kind of reporting where I'm not going to bring you any kind of hype or hopium or promise you the world that you're going to be a millionaire by tomorrow, consider hitting that subscribe button. We would love to have you a part of the channel. Now let's move into an older story that comes out of May 2024, but it comes from Ondo, and Ondo teaming up with Zebec. Again, another story that may have been overlooked, as in 2024, Zebec was extremely low key. I'm not sure how many people were aware of Zebec at the time, so let's go ahead and go back and read the story to bring it back to life a little bit so we can see the bigger picture as we move towards the SEC and the broker-dealer story that we're going to talk about here in a second. So check out your screen with me, read along here. We're delighted to welcome Zebec into the Ondo ecosystem following an integration of USDY with Zebec's instant card and RWA payments technology. A quote from Justin, the president of Ondo Finance, commented, "Zebec Network's continuous payment technology revolutionizes payroll by enabling payments by the second, enhancing efficiency, and ultimately the end user experience. Zebec's integration of USDY into its payment solutions is an exciting yet logical step, providing users with high quality yield on their balances." So we have Ondo working with Zebec. Zebec's instant card and RWA payments technology. This is huge. So why is this big? If you're somebody that's not aware of Ondo, Ondo does a lot of US Treasuries. So let me just show you what I'm talking about with USDY. I'm gonna show you how big Ondo is, even with just USDY. This is gonna come from RWA.xyz. And take a look at your screen here. We have Ondo US dollar yield. So we have $1.2 billion coming from Ondo USDY. And keep in mind, they are now teamed up with Zebec. Also keep in mind, Zebec is teamed up with Algorand. Are you seeing how this keeps on going and how we're working together? These systems all are tied together. These projects must work together because this is a truly decentralized financial system. Every project brings a different piece of the puzzle together to make it work. That's why on this channel, we don't just stay to one project and live and die by that. We check out multiple projects and break that down so everybody can see how they do work together and get some better clarity on it is my goal here, for you to have more wisdom when you're investing into these different projects. As I said before, is if you're here right now and you haven't been rushed off out of the market, that means you're somebody that is well-informed, you're educated, your conviction for what you hold is strong because you've done that research. And that's going to make the difference from the people that make it to the millionaires and the people that get rushed off and lose their money before they see that time happen, right? Conviction and education is everything in this space. Not getting run off from headlines, news stories, or a down market. You understand what you hold and you hold it for that reason. Now let's move into a story that's coming from Ondo, but it has to do with the SEC and stablecoins. So go ahead and check out your screen with me. We're gonna read through this pretty quick here and we'll go back and highlight it and cap it right quick. So take a look at your screen. This comes from Ondo and this comes out on, let me go down here to February 22nd, 2026. So it says the tokenization era is underway. This week, the SEC set new stablecoin rules. US banks launched a deposit token network and two of the world's largest asset managers went on chain. As we look here, we have number one, SEC clears the way for broker-dealers to hold stablecoins as working capital. We'll go back and talk about this, but it says the new SEC staff guidance sets a 2% haircut on stablecoin positions for broker-dealers, clearing a path for their use in securities settlement. Then we have US Bank Test Deposit Token Network. 5 US regional banks are testing Carry, a deposit token network designed to enable 24/7 instant payments using FDIC issued token deposits. Then we have State Street launches digital assets platform. Then we have BNP Paribas taps Ethereum for a new money market fund tokenization pilot. Then number 5, we have Ondo is the first to adopt Fidelity Center for Applied Technologies DNV. The Ondo bridge now leverages FCAT's DNV on layer 0, bringing institutional grade verification to cross-chain transfers. Sorry, that was hard to get that one out. Okay, so that may not seem like a big deal for not understanding what's going on. So let's go back to number 1, which was the SEC clears the way for broker-dealers to hold stablecoins as working capital. So until recently, until this was approved, If you're a broker dealer, you could hold all these stable coins that you want, but it doesn't help your balance sheet at the end of the day. It doesn't reflect your net worth of what you're holding. Now they will let those broker dealers hold up to 98% of that worth. So let's say you have $100 in there. Before, that $100 was a wash, it was a zero. Now that $100 can reflect as $98 for the broker dealer as holding for using this money going forward. This is now letting broker dealers hold stable coins at a more regulated level, providing some kind of benefit back to them. This is huge for broker dealers to get into the market when we're thinking Wall Street. This is a game changer. This is huge. Don't let that go under the radar. I don't hype up a lot, so I'm sorry I'm not overexcited about it, but that is a major thing. And then we're talking about US banks test deposit tokens. So we have 5 US regional banks are testing Carry, a deposit token network. So the big banks, as you know, one of the reasons why the market structure bill, the Clarity Act's getting held up is because the legacy major banks are scared. At the end of the day, they're scared that they have a competition that could really run them out of the game here. And now with the stable coins coming in, and now we have these banks are testing a Carry network. It's their own network at the end of the day. If you want to dig into Carry network, just so you know, you can't get a token from them. There's not a governance or utility token, but they are using other ones. You can kind of dive into that and check that out. But the legacy banks are saying that stable coins shouldn't hold the yield, but hey, they can hold the yield with a Carry token. See how they're making it to their benefit? So we're seeing these legacy banks move in a major way through the Carry network, which is something I think is worth your time to go educate yourself on because it's pretty interesting. And then of course we have State Street launches digital assets. That's also huge. And then we have Ondo is the first to adopt Fidelity Center for Applied Technologies DNV. Keep in mind that we are getting 401ks approved to be able to buy digital assets through your 401k, and Fidelity is a massive 401k provider. So again, this is going to bring more liquidity and more money into the crypto space via 401k, Fidelity, Ondo, etc. It's all tying together is what I'm trying to show you here at the end of the day. But keep in mind, as all this just came out and what we talked about in the past with the Algorand, Zebec, and Ondo, we also have this right here. This is more institutions moving into the market, and they've been coming into the market quietly. Some of these stories we've covered, some of these stories we have not. So check out your screen with me. This is a list of the financial institutions increasing focused on tokenized assets into 2026. I won't go through it all, but we have here at the top, you have New York Stock Exchange, tokenized security as of January 2026, LSG, London Stock Exchange, Settlement Network on January 15, 2026. We have BNY on January 9, 2026. We have the tokenized deposits, Lloyd's Group, tokenized deposits, Connexys, tokenized deposits, DTCC, tokenized bonds, JP Morgan Asset Management, tokenized fund, and international, we have tokenized deposits, Societe Generale, tokenized bonds, and Citi, tokenized deposits. So you see, as we went through all that, we have regulatory bodies positioning, getting ready for the legacy banks, the legacy brokerage to move into the market. And as I said in my couple of videos in the past is, you're going to see them position themselves first, and then once they're positioned, they kick it on. By the time they kick it on, retail will be priced out, because once they hit that switch and goes live in a real way and real money starts to flow, you're not going to have much time to get into the market. So again, if you're here now, consider this a blessing and appreciate the opportunity you have, and be wise about your investments as you have been doing, I'm sure. So that's all I have for you in this video. Before I let you go though, take care of yourself, take care of the people around you, and become that change you want to see. I'll see you on the next one.